great Anderson.
I hate that introduction, so. It's my fault, it's my bio. It's boring as hell. I'm bored already. Okay. I'm Charles Anderson, and I have a confession to make. I have a love-hate relationship with the industry that I work in. I love the technology that we have and how we can transform people's lives the way we work, live, and play. But I hate the fact that all we do is overhype things all the time. We try to sell you these shiny new toys instead of focusing on the value. Now think about the smartwatches that a lot of you are wearing today. I can't stand them because we basically put something on your wrist that has the power of a smartphone. But we only give it the basic functionalities of SMS, it's just notifications. As an industry, we were so excited about selling the concept, we forgot about all the applications that would drive the value. But it's not just about that. We always hear about smart cities, we hear about connected cars, smart buildings, and all of us wonder, well, that sounds great, but what is the value to me? What does it actually mean? How is it going to change my life? And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm sure a lot of you are sitting here right now going, well, what the hell does IoT actually mean? Well, for me, IoT is as simple as a potato. Now think about this. We end up shipping potatoes all over the world. And what we've been doing now is sticking temperature gauges, those sensors, inside those containers. And what we do is measure when it gets too warm. And then we send somebody down there and they open the event. Because what they want to make sure is the potatoes arrive in fresh condition. But think about how complicated this is. That could be container number 5,000 out of 10,000 on this ship, and you're sending people there. So now we're going to create another thing, which is going to be a vent that will automatically open. And we'll let these two things talk to each other without our intervention. And that's how you create the Internet of Things. So it's really that easy to start the evolution. But it's more than that. We can control everything now, from the farmers who sit in Idaho, to the transport that takes it all the way down to LA, to putting it onto the ship that takes it to Asia, back on the transport to our stores. We can connect everything from where it is sourced to where we actually consume it. But this is what we preach, and in reality, we're nowhere close to being able to deliver this. Because what we do is we build up too much hype around it. We talk about, that what we promise is this ultimate Boba Fett figure. It's green, it's got the gun, it's got everything. That's our promise, but we're delivering these tiny little components only right now. But that's okay because it will develop over time. It will grow and it will evolve, but it takes a long time to do that. And this is the challenge we face. We need new approaches to do that. When Henry Ford was first developing the automobile, he said that if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. The problem was getting someone from point A to point B. If you look at what we always do, we just follow the same process. You don't create something different. You don't create the automobile. So this is my call right now. It's time for us to change. We need to design new approaches around this. We've been leaving technology to the technology people, and we need to start getting more involved. If we start doing this, it's going to start changing the way that we live our lives, and it's going to add a lot of value. But if we keep doing the same mistakes over and over again, it's never going to live up to its potential. So what we need to start doing is figuring out what problem we're trying to solve. It's a piece of cake to connect up your potatoes, your cities, and your smartwatches. But what we really want to do is figure out how we can deliver value from that. Can we drive new revenue streams? Can we cut costs? Can we improve the quality of people's lives from it? And it does take time to do this, but it is getting better and we're learning how to do it. But the problem is there's just too much technology for tech's sake. And let's face it, this is a connected fork. It measures how fast I eat. Great, it's a piece of technology. We've connected it because we can. It's not a solution. If it was a solution and I'm eating too fast, it would give me an electric shock and I would drop it and stop eating. That's a solution. That's what we need to evolve to. But we can take these things and turn them into solutions. This connected toothbrush I used to make fun of because it's ridiculous. It measures how often you brush your teeth and how well you do it. But what they realized was that if they started looking outside their company, across the ecosystem, they could find somebody who thought that information was valuable. And what they started to do was say, well, what about the insurance companies? And they told these insurance companies, we produce the modules and the devices that connect and produce this information. But the insurance companies have the analytics and the apps that actually take it to market. And now they work together and you can get usage-based insurance. If you brush your teeth well, you will pay less dental insurance in the US. It's crazy, but we can create these things when we start collaborating. And this is what we haven't done with technology before. But it's also about collaborating internally. All of our companies will start leveraging this technology, and we think, oh, let's leave it to IT. But you don't want to do that. You got to think about what the implications are on the rest of your organization. People in the finance sector have to start focusing on it. In operations, how is it going to change our business process? How is it going to define our strategy? And what's the human impact? Because in reality, IoT is too important to be left just to the technologists. And it's not just me who says this. The guy who said it's Neil Manon from Cisco. He's one of the world's top guys around smart cities. And he says we'll never reach our potential if we leave it to the technologists. We need to bring in a wider audience to actually try to change the industry. But we are making progress. We've got Pokemon Go, so we see what augmented reality is. That's IoT. But we have smart solar energy coming through our super trees, which is pushing it back into the smart grid. We're using it for smart lighting solutions. We use environmental sensors, so we know how much haze is going to come up from Indonesia and how bad the air is going to be that day. And we can do predictive analytics about it to do the maintenance. But it's us who has to start taking a more active role. We have to define IoT's future, because it's us who are the citizens, the employees, and the consumers whose lives are going to be impacted. So we need to start taking a more active role and start asking the difficult questions about what value is it going to add and where are we connecting this silly thing. So my call to you is to say, don't believe the hype. Our industry is always going to come out here every day and say, here's our new shiny toy, you should buy it. But if they're trying to sell you that, ask the basic questions. Why are you trying to sell me this? What is the point of connecting it? Is there any value to me? Is it going to change my life or make it better? And if not, ignore it. But most importantly, don't become cynical, like I am. But believe that there's so many possibilities with IoT. We have the technologies to change our lives and make us live longer and better quality lives over the future. So what we need to start doing right now is working together and getting involved. And right now we really don't. We leave it to IT. But it's too important just to do that. So my call to action to you, my fellow citizens, my fellow employees, and my fellow consumers, let's get involved. Let's start demanding for more action. Let's start asking the right questions. Tomorrow, go back to work. Let's change the world. IoT can change everything, but it's up to us to come up with the solutions. Thank you.